Happy to have my next guest on the show. You know who it is, Alex Reyes, who will finally be making his return to the UFC Octagon on February the 25th at UFC Vegas 70 when he meets Trevor Peek. Alex, how are you?
I'm great, sir. Thank you for having me, Ryan. I appreciate your time.
It's a pleasure to have you back. And I got to be honest, when I saw that you were making your comeback to the UFC Octagon, I was so happy. I was so thrilled. I wasn't certain, just if you were ever going to be able to get back here. But here you are now. It's been 5 long years. For anybody that doesn't know what happened, spinal infection, osteomyelitis, if I'm saying that correctly. Can you just
Correct.
kind of, sum this up, what it's been like for you the last 5 years, just to get back to where you're at now?
It's been a tough road, man. It's been very difficult. There's been good days and bad days. But I've stayed persistent in my pursuit of healing up and taking it one day at a time. Um, and I've pushed through all that, and it's made me physically and mentally tougher and stronger. And I'm just excited and blessed to be back with the organization, training for a fight. Getting ready to get back in there and enjoy the sport that I love, man. So it's been a tough road, man, but I'm blessed to be where I'm at, and I'm grateful to be where I'm at, and I'm excited to get back in there and put on a show for everyone again, man.
Yeah, we can't wait to see you back in there. And you mentioned the mental and just the physical challenges that you went through to get back to this point. Was it harder mentally to stay positive, or was the rehab, the physical challenges, everything you had to get through, was that harder than the mental side of things?
Man, they both were equally tough. Like the whole process has been horrible. You know what I mean? Um, Mentally tough, yes. But having good people around me, my wife, my friends, my coaches, the UFC staff, my management, everyone believing me and pushing me. Um, you know, and physically on the physical side of things, getting my butt in the gym every day, working, pushing, and giving my best to get back to where I am. If you would ask me 5 years ago if I'd be here right now, I would tell you I wanted that, but I was the future is never clear and it's never promised. And worked my butt off to get here, and I'm just blessed and grateful to be back in this situation.
Well, yeah, I couldn't be any happier for you, my man. And 36 years young, so you still have plenty of time left in front of you. Do you feel like you're every bit as good as you are when you were younger now? Like, do you feel like we're going to see the best version of you come fight night?
Oh yeah, definitely will be. On top of that, my mind has been in the sport this whole time, growing, teaching, building other fighters, training, being a part of other camps, and also with my physical attributes, catching back up to my mental side of the game. I've grown a lot in these last 5 years, so I'm excited to get back in there and get put on a show for the fans. It'd be exciting, and enjoy every minute of it, man.
Yeah, and for anyone that doesn't know, I mean, the doctor said that there's a chance that you might not walk again. I mean, so it's really it's unbelievable that you're back to where you're at now. And I saw a little bit of your interview that you did with MMA Junkie, and I just wanted to ask you a little bit about Gene Tech because they were the company that was responsible for the injection that caused the infection. And if I'm not mistaken, they have vanished. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? Is that the case?
I just, for the most part, I know as much as you do. I don't know a whole lot on that. I don't know what happened with that company, but it was just a unlucky, unfortunate situation. You know what I mean? And that's what it was. And the cards didn't fall in my favor that day. And I made it through.
It seems like though that could be something that where the company could be sued or should be sued. I mean, do you feel like that is the case? Is that something that you'd like to pursue if given the opportunity?
You know what? I'm blessed with my health. You know what I mean? And right now, I'm just focusing on getting back in training. I mean, um, right now, I have no interest in continuing to pursue them or anything else like that at this point. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough. Well, let's talk about, this specific camp, February 25th. It'll be here before you know it. I know you own your own gym, Cage Combat Academy. Who have you had around you as far as training partners to get you ready for Trevor?
Oh man, longtime training partner Bobby Green, um, Danny Pinto, Robert Drysdale. Um, who else? Tons of friends and training partners. Andre Ewell, Brennan Hastings. Um, Man, the list goes on. I've been in this sport a long time and trained with a lot of top level athletes and amazing athletes, and um, they're all shown support to me on in the way in my journey back, and I'm grateful for that. And as far as naming everyone, the list goes on. You know what I mean? The list goes on. You know, Chito Vera was a motivational training partner of mine. You know, Alex Perez, Carlos Esparza. I mean, I can keep going honestly, but I'm just fortunate. I've been around this game a long time and blessed to have made relationships that I've made with all these top level and amazing athletes and athletes on the way up that are hungry and grinding. So, being a part of this sport is an amazing thing. The people you meet and the relationships you develop and make, and it makes a sport what it is. It's not always it's the journey. What I mean, don't focus on the result, focus on the journey. And enjoying what you do and the people you're doing it with. So, I mean, that's my question. That's my answer to that question.
Sure. Well, what is that cut for you like to 155 now? Is it any harder than it used to be?
It's the same. It's the same. It's the same tough weight cut. It's the same, tough training camps. It's the same, man. And I can tell you this: I'm enjoying every minute of it. Because like you said, the doctors, remember them coming to the room, talking to me and telling me, "Kid, you know what? I don't know if you're gonna walk again. I can't promise you that. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hold your kids again. You need to change careers. You know what I mean? Like, to have someone tell you that and a doctor in that setting and at the time physically not be able to move, it was scary. And to have something that you work so hard for and that you enjoy so much, taken from you, it was really, really, really tough thing. And now that I'm back, like I said, I'm just enjoying every moment of this, man. You know what I mean? It's just awesome to get back in there. I can't wait to put on a show for the fans again and step under those lights and do my thing and perform. So just enjoying every minute of this journey, every minute of this fight camp, every sparring session, every grappling session, every strength training session, all of it, man. And just enjoy it. I'm having a good time. And like I said, I'm excited to get in there and put on a show for you guys.
Yeah, can't wait to have you back. And I do want to
Thank you.
go back to your debut, which was in 2017. It was a short notice fight against Mike Perry, and it was up a weight class. Obviously, now that you're back in the UFC, are you hoping to, moving forward? I mean, do you want to get full camps in? If a short notice fight popped up, is that something that you take, or do you feel like it's going to serve you better to get a full camp in here moving forward?
You know what, man? Right now, at this point, I'm just focusing on one fight at a time. Just focusing on this fight with Trevor, and enjoying every minute of it because what happened to me before. Tomorrow's not promised. You know what I mean? So, looking far in the future is not my mindset or outlook right now. I mean, it's just enjoying what I have, enjoying what's in front of me, and preparing for that. You know what I mean? I mean, long term, everyone always wants to. I mean, I believe people should be in the sport to succeed and climb as far as they can. Long term goal, but not looking at long term right now. I'm just looking at short term and what's in front of me. And Trevor's in front of me, and looking to go put on an amazing show in front of everyone and go and showcase my skills and get some more fans out there and be entertaining.
Before we dive into this matchup with Trevor, I want to get your take on the 155 division right now. Obviously, I mean, it's been one of the best divisions for a very long time. A lot of people feel like it is the premier division in the UFC. I want to get a pick from you. Makhachev, Volkanovski, that title fight's right around the corner. And I mean, you got to see Makhachev up close and personal, right? After fighting Bobby Green here, it was a few months ago anyways now. Do you feel
Mhm.
like Volkanovski is going to give him a tough challenge, or do you feel like Makhachev's just going to be too big?
I think Volkanovski's gonna have a tough challenge. That guy is very intelligent fighter, man. He moves really well, very strong, very explosive, and he's a handful. Obviously, he's a champion for a reason. He's as good as he is for a reason. That guy's an animal. So I expect to see a good fight. I have a hard time picking fights. I like to see how they figure each other out. You know what I mean? In there, um, you know, uh, but I would say Makhachev does have the size. And he's been extremely dominant at what he does as well too. So. Um, that's a tough pick for me. If I had to pick somebody, I'm gonna go for Volkanovski. You know what I mean?
Okay, you're going with the upset. Well, I guess it's a small upset. He's the number one pound for pound fighter on the planet right now. So it's kind of crazy to think that he's a dog, but Makachev has just looked so uh, just dominant in his fight. So I'm really intrigued as to see how this goes. To stick on that 155 topic, Conor McGregor looks like he's going to be coming back into the UFC in 2023. I don't know if he can even make lightweight after how big he's gotten, but
Looks
if
pretty
he
big.
he's pretty swole up. If he does
Yeah.
get back down and he's fighting in the lightweight division, do you feel like we could see the best version of Connor, like him resurrect his career, or do you feel like his best days are behind him?
Nah, man, I think he's still getting better. I think he's developing, all the tools and resources he has around him, the passion that he has for the sport. Um, I think he's gonna only get better. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's physically he's gotten better. You know what I mean? He's put the work in and made his body stronger. So I don't see why he wouldn't get better everywhere else. So I would say we would see an improved McGregor when he comes back for sure.
Okay, that would definitely add some nice spice to the lightweight division. Not that it's already, I mean, it's already as spicy as it can be, but what
Yeah,
happens
it's
here?
stacked, man.
All right, let's talk about Trevor Peek again, February 25th, UFC Vegas 70. He's not a fighter that has a whole lot of experience. He's only 7-0 as a pro, but when you do look at what he brings to the table, what kind of a fighter is he? What kind of a fighter are you expecting here?
I mean, it's pretty straightforward, man. This guy is tough. He's an animal. You know what I mean? He earned his way to where he is, and he's a tough guy, and he brings a fight. He brings a fight everywhere. So, I think everyone that follows him and that has seen him fight can appreciate his style and are excited to see him fight as well. Um, he's gonna bring it. He's gonna bring the fight, man. He's a tough guy. He comes guns blazing, and so, like I said, expect to see an exciting fight. If you look at my past fights and my record, I come to bring it as well too. I look to finish fights and put on a show out there. So it's gonna be entertaining, very entertaining fight, man. He's a tough guy.
You don't really seem like the trash talking type, so I'm not going to ask
I'm
you.
not, sir. I'm
Yeah,
not.
so I'm
There's
not
no
going to
need
ask
to.
you to.
We're gonna do work in the cage. You know what I mean? And I respect him for the things that he's done in the sport and the hard work he's putting in. I'm sure, and we're gonna get in there and test each other and have fun, man.
Yeah, very good. I totally appreciate the fact that you're not a trash talker. So I'm not going to ask you for a prediction, but do you see that this fight could go the distance? Do you feel like this is going to, go to the judges' scorecards, or do you anticipate, maybe being able to get him out of there?
Our fighting styles are we're both finishers, so um, I don't know where the fight is going to end up. It may go the distance. It may end up with the finish. It's hard to say. I'm going to take what I'm given, and I'm going to be in there giving as much as I can. So it's going to be a fun fight. Does it have potential to go the distance? It can. It might. You know what I mean? But honestly, the way he fights, the way I fight, it probably won't.
Okay, well, I can't wait for it. So happy to have you back, Alex. Again, he'll face Trevor Peek February the 25th at UFC Vegas 70. Pleasure having you on the show for the first time, my man. Before we do sign off, I want to give you the floor. Please tell people where they can follow you on social media. If you have anyone to thank, the floor is yours.
All right, you guys can find me on social media on Instagram at executioner155 and also on Twitter. I'm on Instagram a lot more though. And then also, man, I just want to say a big thank you to my management, my manager Jason House, the UFC, and Sean Shelby for giving me the opportunity for allowing me to have this opportunity to step in and fight again and chase my goals and my dreams and being patient with me, with my team, my coaches, my friends, my family, my wife. All my friends, my best friends, that came over, uh, Albert, Joey, Brandon, Luis, when I was really, really sick, man, I wasn't able to move. They would come over and pick me up, man, and put me on a wheelchair and roll me out to my jacuzzi, put me in the jacuzzi to get some mobility. And like so much sacrifice people around me made to help me get through that time. And I'm just grateful to be here, man. And grateful to be talking with you, Ryan, and out here sharing my story. And once again, getting ready to step in this cage August 25th. So everybody tune in, man. It's going to be an exciting fight. We got two bangers going at it. And thank you again.